Alright. So I can load the bowl up and all that stuff. And a coffee too. Definitely need to get some bud here in a little bit. Maybe tonight. Probably won't do that tonight. Ay. Dios mío. Get this all ground up. All right, there we go. Well, I got the dog was all excited. Now it's like, meh. I'm in the lunchroom now again. I was being a little goofball too. I probably got like the best pick I could probably get of him just sitting in this little throne room. Sitting on his little throne chair. But he's just too much of a squirmy boy. He's just like, I want to squirm around. I want to move around everywhere and sniff you and love on you and blah, 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 blah. And make it impossible for me to, like, have you take a picture of me. Because it really pretty much is him in a nutshell sometimes. I have to, like, catch him just, like, wanting to just sit there and just chill. Or just to, like, be sleeping or something. Or just have to catch him in the middle of an act of doing something. There's no real way to get him to sit still. Unless he just happenstance catching that. Alright. Bow loaded up. Well, not quite, but getting there. God damn it. Easy one from last night, but ugh. Man. Glad that, like, a lot of the grossness of blowing my nose is gone, but damn, when my nose gets runny, it gets fucking ridiculously runny. It's so absurd. Ooh. Nice. That right there was dope. My goodness. Goodness gracious. Goofy dog. I'll never understand why he gets like super excited and then just like immediate cat dog status, like pretty much 5 minutes later. He's just like, oh my god, you're home, yay, alright. I don't care anymore. Just definitely seems like Zooks in a nutshell. A momentary burst of excitement. Yeah, so load up. There we go. Cool. Alrighty. Ah, nice. Ugh. I need to go back real quick. Be right back momentarily. Doggo. You sweet thing. Crazy little bean. You crazy little bean. Oh my goodness. Whoa, I feel better. Yeah, it feels immensely better. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, what's up? What'd you do? What'd you do? I'm not gonna lie, work's actually been kind of like driving me fucking mad today a little bit. We're doing these like Thanksgiving like turkey bucks things or whatever the fuck that supposedly it's supposed to be like, you know, go to like, you know, families in need and shit like that. You know, that, you know, need food for Thanksgiving, you know, shit like that, blah, blah, blah. Though I doubt that. But, oh my fucking God. Every time someone donates that shit, there's always like a bunch of like, woo, hooping and hollering going on at the check stands and little bells that keep ringing off. And it's driving me fucking nuts. Because it literally goes off like every like couple minutes, if that sometimes. Sometimes it'll literally be back to back. It's like, I fucking, yeah, dude. Concealed an apartment by paint. Currently waiting on a friend to come force the door open. But paint, what? How'd you get sealed in an apartment with paint? It's paint. What, are they doing like renovations or repainting shit? Paint is legit did the worst job possible repainting our door. Oh my fucking God, dude. But how do you get sealed in because of that? How's that possible? It's paint. It's not like super glue. I mean, what? I'm not gonna lie. That is like, what the fuck type of paint were they using for just like seals everything? Like, what the fuck? But this paint is super glue on the door. Dude, what the hell? Bruh, like, how do they fuck that up? So, did they paint the hinges? I'm assuming the hinges had to have been painted. That's how it stuck, right? They couldn't put tape over the fucking hinges? Or maybe just take the door off and then paint everything separately and then put it all back together? They legit painted everything. Oh my fucking God. Like, who did they hire? Like a high school kid to do it? How hard is it to just put some blue electrical tape, you know, cut it down so it just only covers up the hinges, paint over everything, and then fucking, you know, just take the tape off when you're done, you know? There you go. Bada bing, bada boom. Cheapest bidder, probably. That's, I guess. I mean, what the fuck, dude? You okay? Well, I'm fine. I'm just kind of shocked at the fact that this glue that my friend's door is apparently sealed with is fucking straight up, like, well, glue, apparently. Like, how in the fuck is that possible? You would think with enough force, the paint would just loosen up, and there you go. You know, now it's broken free. Oh shit, hold on. So we got to sneak it out. Goofy little shit. Wasn't that hard to catch him pretty quick. When I get mad, I'm not even mad. I'm just kind of like frustrated for my friend. I mean, it opens. Oh, there we go. We might have to call emergency service for Frank. Can't get it open on your side. Hopefully it does come to that. Well, it looks like it opened. There we go. Damn. I guess you just need leverage and some force from the other side. Still, that is bunk. That is so stupid, dude. Where it's just like, yeah, we're just gonna like paint over a door, but fuck, quality. We're just gonna paint over literally everything, because fuck it. Nice. Dude, the way they do laundry here is fucked up. Wait, it's... Are you starting to realize how bad it is probably, deal with apartments? This is honestly why, like, I will never, ever, ever deal with apartments. I'd rather bunk up with a bunch of people and live in a house. Or a little, like, townhome or something. But an apartment? No. Nope. Like, there ain't no fucking way. I hear way too many horror stories. And even the places that are okay, the prices are fucking ridiculous, where it's like, there ain't no way I could afford that shit. So it's like, you either, you have to, like, pretty much put, like, your monthly salary or your income into, like, renting out a place, or just, like, bunk up with somebody with, like, a little townhome or something like that. If not, you get some pretty shitty places. Each load of laundry is $5 to reload and only be used on their machines. That is stupid. Dude, at that point, like, I just set up a fucking, like, little small washing machine and dryer in your fucking apartment or whatever. Like, seriously, at that point, because at that rate, you might cost like a couple hundred at most, probably for a small one. That could handle like little tiny loads or whatever. Like, at least then, it just pays for itself in the long run. Might have to get some detergent every now and then, but, that isn't really super costly as long as you don't use a lot of it. Because that is ridiculous. I mean, there's a little local laundromat, around the corner from me. And I don't even think it, is that ridiculous when it comes to price. I think it's like $2 or $3 or something, if that. They charge for water, which is supposed to be included in the rent. I'm pretty sure that's illegal. If it's like in the contract of like, yeah, water is included with rent, but they're still charging you for it, I'm pretty sure there's some illegal shit there. I definitely, learn a little extra about tenants' rights and, bring shit like that up. Be like, hey, the fuck? And if you know other tenants, or at least if Shay does, then maybe spread that word around. Get people pissed. Drop $950 on, or like, what, like $1,200 on rent. Yeah, that's absurd. And honestly, people wonder why there's like a lot of homeless around. Because it's not really necessarily like, there aren't really homes around. It's that people can't fucking afford them. And a lot of times, a lot of these places aren't even really that great to begin with because of like how shitty a lot of these real estate companies and shit are about. Especially when you got like BlackRock, buying a lot of it up. If you don't pay for garbage, they won't let you put it in the garbage bin outside. What? Dude, you're getting like butt raped when it comes to bullshit that the fucking land barons are doing there. What the fuck? That doesn't even make sense. Then how are you going to do your trash? How do you do your trash then? Because let's say you don't got the fucking money for it right now and you need to do your trash. What, you just let pile up in your fucking apartment and then they will fucking bitch at you about that because, oh, it's dirty in here. What the fuck? oh well, I need like $10 for the fucking garbage or whatever the hell's, and you won't let me, take it out. I don't got 10 right now. Like, it's apparently, like, dude, what the fuck? I hate landlords so much, dude. If there's one thing where I will be like, Mel had a point, it's this. It's landlords, dude. Fuck landlords. Because shit like that is just some straight up bunk bullshit. Jay agrees. Honestly, I do kind of find it, kind of funny that a lot of people tend to kind of weirdly enough not realizing it. Maybe not all the way, but kind of going near like kind of like Maoist-ish positions about landlords and stuff. Because outside of maybe like, a few weirdos and shit, like most people usually just don't like landlords. They do not have very positive, feelings about them at all. Which it totally makes sense considering that more often than not, people tend to get fucked over by them more than, having a benevolent one. I mean, the thing is, it's not like, landlords or, like property managers that are like somewhat benevolent. It's not like they don't exist. I mean, there are some out there that are like that, but they're very heavily overshadowed. That's like a diamond in the rough right there if you find like a landlord that's like that, where they actually like keep up with maintenance and shit. At least give you a basic sense of privacy and don't fucking annoy you every, time there's like some off or whatever or some shit. Might do like, the monthly checkup just to see how things are going, and that's literally about it. They're like, hey, how's it going? Cool. Like, if you get a landlord like that, you got fucking lucky. I had some good ideas when it came to landlords. Weird ideas about culture, though. Well, he had some very quirky, weird ideas, to be honest. I mean, like, I would say that honestly, a lot of it isn't really like terrible. Honestly, it's just that it's more or less just like the execution of a lot of these ideas, and plus just yeah, like kind of like some of that very insular cultural like ideas too, kind of establishing like kind of a nationalized like kind of Chinese cultural revolution and shit. So, just like, so there definitely were some very quirky things. And plus, just like the mass, like 5 year plans, and shit, which were frankly very fucking destructive in a lot of different ways, especially in the rural countrysides and shit. There was like a lot of problems for sure, but I mean, despite that, like, I would say, at least, especially when it came to like landlords, I mean, at least, when it came to ideas of a lot of his economics, honestly aren't even bad. It's just like a lot of like the execution of how it was done, especially by a lot of the people within like the revolution, in China. Because especially when it came to like the thing about landlords, a lot of it was done like by peasant councils and shit. It wasn't even really mounted directly. It was like a lot of people like in these in areas and shit where there was a lot of landlords that ruled over a lot of the properties and shit. Basically they just set up like mass peasant councils, and there were times actually where some landlords are actually decent, to the people there, and actually, and honestly, were sometimes respected. And they're like, all right, you're fine. You won't actually really get like any punishments. You just have to give up your properties and shit, and they're just and not be a landlord essentially anymore. And they were like, okay. So some, there were some that were just like, all right, hey, I've treated them well and they're giving me a chance, so fuck it, I'm taking it. But a lot of them were pieces of shit too, and obviously they didn't exactly get better treatment. Should run for office as a Maoist to think you get further to think. Well, I'm not a Maoist, so I wouldn't run as that. I wouldn't run as a fucking Maoist. Think get further you think. I mean, sure, but I wouldn't run as a Maoist. I just run as like a union leftist or like a labor leftist. I just keep it vague. They're act eccentric like Bernie. Well, around here, I wouldn't really need to act like eccentric like Bernie. I would just have to keep certain things closer to the chest. Like Israel, Palestine, I would have to keep that close to my chest. You know, maybe like certain things on the environment, I might have to kind of keep close to the chest a little bit. Just a little, because honestly, I mean, I do live in an area where, you know, there is like a lot of like pro-environmental like views and positions and shit. So I mean, I wouldn't have to as much, but I would say that I'm a little bit more radical about wanting to push towards, you know, environmental conservatism and shit, you know, versus, you know, not obviously local state level. I mean, yeah, I think I would too. I have no chance. Depends on how well I do on local state levels. Because if I can work my way up, I would at least, you know, start having enough name recognition to where that could be a possibility. But that's definitely like really well out of my league right now. I definitely want to try to get my foot in the door in some other way first. Perfect timing. Got one more boat loaded up and I have to go back and work. Boo. Boo. I doing this, maybe doing this similar, right? Yeah, I might. So I'm not leaving like immediately. Just till the Bulls cash. Ooh. Nice. Noise. But anyway, at least, you know, call it good for now. Get back to working all that shit. So, I'm peace out and see y'all next one. So, toodaloo.